The cultural exchange between Mexico and Canada continue to grow, and tonight both nations celebrate storytelling, art, and Indigenous culture with the presentation and book signing event by Algonquin elder Berna McGregor and Mexican art historian Gracia Tendorio Per.
To me, it's very important to do these type of projects because it's a way to educate not only non-Indigenous but also Indigenous peoples and especially youngsters so that they can grow up understanding that first of all, the Indigenous peoples are not dead, are not a thing of the past. They're very much alive. They're creating very interesting projects, very interesting activities that we can learn all from. And not only that, but also their stories are very inspirational. And I think that their stories, they teach us many things in terms of values and like courage, unity. That's why, and at the same time, it was for me ideal because he's combining the things that I love the most, research while illustrating as well. And I am very thankful with Francisco Guaroco for trusting me in telling me all his story. And I just want to, continue doing that, raising awareness to especially the youngsters.
Bonjour, buenos dias. Fred Carbonish from Greater Indigenous Cause. The question that was asked, how important is this launch and this intercultural Indigenous launch here of books by storytellers, both from a community and both from individual authors and from personal experience? It is very important because it's for our future generations, and it's also now it's time that we have the confidence to be able to tell these stories. A lot of times it's been denied through the post-colonial process as to what's happened to the original people of Turtle Island. And now, because of education, we are starting to understand that need and that control of education. What we were promising education, we didn't get. So we're doing it ourselves, and how we're doing it is through such things. And now, as not only as an oral history, it's a preservation through literature and preserving the language. And that's the most important thing to see from across North America. And this is why it's very, very good for Turtle Island, South America, North America, and everywhere in between, and for all Indigenous original people from around the world. You have to do it. There's no other way. And I like what Francesco said. You just do it. And that's most important.
Why is this important? First of all, smoking is a major issue globally. For example, in Canada, you have 45,000 deaths, and it's similar to also Mexico. So it's also an addiction. But also, it was important to also teach the next generation, the younger children too, that it's an important issue. Then I also have it in the Algonquin language, and again too, that's part of bringing it along the language preservation, which is important for us, but also for everybody. And as they talk about diversity and inclusion, that includes our languages and our culture, but also our stories. And our stories, we come from a culture of storytelling, and it's just continuing on this storytelling to pass on to future generations. And this is, I think, just a small example of sharing stories for the benefit of everybody. Miigwech.